Okay, I'm not gonna lie, when the Republicans were saying that illegal immigrants are voting and turning the states blue, I did not believe them. And the reason that I didn't believe them was because I was like, well, you have to have a driver's license, and in order to have a driver's license, you have to have a social security number. And if there were any other government documents that you had to have in order to vote, those also require a social security number, and only American citizens can obtain those. But then I discovered that there are 14 states out of 50 that do not require any type of identification at the polls. For those 14 states, there's an exception where they may be required to show ID. And then in quite a few states also, there are government issued IDs to non-citizens where they can vote for certain municipalities. And then there are 12 states that require documentation but no photo ID required. So it could literally be something like a utility bill. And that's not counting the 14 I listed earlier. So we're already over 50% of the entire country that does not have proper documentation to vote. And then there are 9 states that request your photo ID but offer alternative ways to vote, like an affidavit. There are only 10 states in America that strictly require photo government ID to vote. The Republicans were not wrong. And this was the source I used in case anybody was curious. It's nonpartisan.
The older I'm getting,
That's why you guys understand that it's impressive that Trump won his last election. The reason why he won is because the people voted, but the reason why he also won and is very impressive is because he knew that he was going against cheaters. I live in California. All you need to say is your name and the address, and they let you in. No ID, no nothing. They refuse to look at it. They don't want it, even in New York. So if we know that some of the 2 of the biggest states are having this, why do you think they still Democrats? If they had true voting ID, both of those states would be Republican, and they know that. The reason why the Democrats are wanting this and want to keep this voter ID out is because this is how they're able to keep their states blue. They bring people in off the boat, off the ship, let them cross in, do whatever they want so they can vote. The voting base for the Democrats is illegal immigrants. That's who they want to be, and that's who they want to have as their voter base because they can get them in so many big numbers. That's why it was stunning that Joe Biden lost, because they influx of 10 million people, they said? 10 million illegal immigrants or refugees, asylum seekers, and Trump still won. So that's why the Democrats are flustered right now. That's the reason why they thought the health insurance thing was going to go through, is because they thought Joe Biden was going to win because of the illegal voting. What'd she say? 14 states don't require voter ID. So who's really voting? This is why a lot of people feel like their vote doesn't matter. Because in hindsight, it really doesn't. If we know that you guys are stacking the system and putting more people in here that's not from this country just to vote for anybody, why would you vote? But we need the vote to continue to have that turnout. But a lot of young people are saying, like, why would I vote if we know that there's so many illegal immigrants coming in here and they don't need voter ID? This is why every state needs to have voter ID. Every state needs to have voter ID. You need to have a real license. You need to have a birth certificate. You need to have real documentation so you can vote. There's no reason and no way that we have people from different countries coming in here illegally, or refugee, asylum seekers, whatever you want to call it, and still be able to vote and be able to shape our country the way that it is. There's no way that we should have people from different races and different countries in our Senate, in our Congress, as mayors across the country. It should be impossible, because they shouldn't even be able to get those votes. How are they getting these votes? It's because their people are coming in illegally and voting for them. When you finally look back and look at this, you see that America is fucked. The America is fucked is because you have a party that doesn't want to play right by the rules. A party that says that they're for the people, but they don't care. They're for the people that can come here illegally and keep them in office. We wouldn't have Ilhan Omar. We wouldn't have a lot of people in California. A lot of people. You wouldn't have Mom Donnie. You wouldn't have a lot of these people that are in office now because these illegal immigrants wouldn't be there. This is why illegal immigration, ICE is important, FBI is important to get these people out. It's because they're fucking up our country. Because they're voting for the people that's giving them everything. Look, the Somalis coming in here, why do you think they keeping Tim Watts in office? Why do you think they voted Jacob Frey? Why do you think they voted Ilhan Omar? It's because they're getting all this money given to them. Now they take that money back to Somali. Like, how can y'all not understand why illegal immigration is so bad for Americans? Like, I would love to get $2-3 million to create a daycare to absolutely do nothing. Sure. I would love to get $2-3 million to actually have a real daycare every year and help the community. But we can't get those things because those fundings ain't for us, for Americans. It's for people that's going to vote for them to keep them in office. How fair is that? You're going to start seeing, well, we already starting to see with this thing from the Somalis, with this fraud from different cultures. Americans are going to get fed up. Americans are getting pissed off. But what this lady said was very important. Republicans are right. You guys were thinking that Republicans were the enemy because you guys are on that Democrat plantation. When you finally got off and you just looked at it from a common sense perspective, why the hell are they coming in here able to get the same rights as us, being able to vote, all these things, get money, and I can't do it and I'm born here, I pay taxes here? That alone should just make you upset. That alone should make you want to be against immigration. That alone should maybe be like, hell no, America first. Why are y'all fighting that? See, y'all were saying Republicans is wrong, they racist, blah, blah, blah. They weren't. The reason they're called conservatives is because they were trying to conserve America, keep America the same. But you want to go to that Democrat plantation and you want to stay on it and believe everything. But when you finally got off, you looked and said, damn, they was right. Now you're starting to see a lot of young people, a lot of people from different races finally sitting back and say, the Republicans are right.
I'm 31. I'm realizing the Republicans, they're right. A lot of stuff they say, statistically speaking, a lot of stuff they say about a lot of things, a lot of topics, they're correct. And yes, before I was a Democrat, I was very, very loudly about my past opinions, but people are allowed to change their minds. I changed my mind. I want to go Republican now. I looked at some of the stuff they were saying, they're correct about who causes the problem, who causes the issues. If you just look at the statistics, which a lot of people like to be like, oh, those statistics are made up. Are they? And God willing, I think we might need another 4 years of Trump to fix everything. And for the ones who are like, oh, that's not possible, our past president, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, was president for 3 terms. If he did it, so can Trump. All's fair. The new America.
Hey, I'll definitely vote for Trump for a 3rd term. He's the only one that we've seen in a very long time that had the balls to stand up against everybody. What I love about Trump, he's okay with being a villain. Being a villain is his superpower. See, I don't understand that. As I do this social media and as I have my own opinion, my opinion will never be construed to anybody else's. One thing I tell people that I'm talking to in my Patreon, you got to be okay with being a villain. Anything you do in life, you got to be okay with being a villain. You got to be okay with people not liking you because you don't agree with them. I'm okay with the liberals not liking me because I don't agree with them. Because a lot of my things that I talk about is based on stats. It's based on research. See, when you see liberals talking, okay, give me a stat that supports your opinion. They get upset. They call you names. They call you this. Talk to black liberals. Oh, you a coon. You a Uncle Tom. Why? Tell me why that you feel that way and what's the stat that you're saying to what you're trying to support your argument. I hate to say it, a lot of liberals and a lot of Democrats are dumb because they can't give you correct information. They go off of emotion. I never trust anybody that works and talks and gets upset because of their emotions. So when you're talking to somebody, you say, well, why do you don't like Trump? Give me some stats. I just don't like the fact that who he is. Oh, it just makes me so upset. I can't trust nobody that's working off of emotion. That's what it is. But people are changing their minds. And people are talking about the midterms. There's so many people changing their minds because you're seeing these Democrats and these liberals acting a damn fool on TV. You see them fighting and going inside of churches. Going inside of churches and disrupting a church. You don't want to be a part of that. A lot of people are going to the Republicans because they like, yeah, we don't want our women to be going in the bathroom with men. That makes sense. A lot of these liberals and Democrats are literally sitting and saying, you know what? A lot of things we fighting for don't make sense. Why do the illegal immigrants and the refugees and asylum seekers have all these problems and they come to our country and get everything when I'm still here struggling and I can't even get the right amount of food stamps to feed my family if I need it. But they get everything. They get business fund, the SBA fund. They get everything, but we can't get nothing because I'm American. That's why a lot of these people are going from the left to the right. It's because a lot of these people are broke and they finally see the people we fighting for is getting everything. We ain't getting nothing. That has to change. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to see all the new videos. Go get her Patreon coming very soon. Then we have the what do we have? The No Filter Morning Show coming very soon. Can't wait for that. Hopefully next week. Keep on grinding. Keep on going. I appreciate you guys' support. I'm out.